was not in the interest of scholarly science at all, but to calm the fears of the Roman Catholics of America. And what it all boiled down to was that you guys did not agree with the interpretation I put on certain texts where I had quite as much chance of being right as you. Rather than argue it out in the journals and scholarly works, you thought it easier to influence public opinion by a scurrilous letter to a newspaper, and you have the neck to call it scholarship. Dear boy, you are very young yet, and have much to learn. As we have already noted, Allegro was the first of the international team to publish all the material entrusted to his charge. He remains the only one to have done so. John Strugnell, on the other hand, in accordance with the go-slow policy of the team, has published virtually nothing of the substantial materials at his disposal. The only major work to which he did address himself, entitled Notes in the Margin, comprises 113 pages of criticism of Allegro, which Eisenman labels a hatchet job. In the meantime, the damage had been done. The letter to the Times, signed by de Vaux and 3 other ecclesiastics, effectively gave free rein to the Catholic propaganda machine. Opprobrium and vilification intensified in June 1956. For example, a Jesuit commentator published in the Irish Digest an article entitled "The Truth About the Dead Sea Scrolls." He attacked Wilson, Dupont, Summer, and especially Allegro. He then went on to make the extraordinary statement that the scrolls add surprisingly little to our knowledge of the doctrines current among the Jews from, say, 200 BC to the Christian era. He concluded in positively inflammatory fashion. It was not from such a sect that Jesus learned how to be Messiah. Rather, it was from soil such as this that sprang the thorns which tried to choke the seed of the gospel. Allegro was now being portrayed not merely as an erring scholar, but as a veritable antichrist. While the controversy was still raging around him, Allegro was already becoming involved in another. The new bone of contention was to be the so-called Copper Scroll, found in K3 at Qumran in 1952. As we have noted, the 2 fragments that made up the Copper Scroll remained unopened for 3.5 years. Speculation was rife about their contents. One researcher attempted to read the indentations showing through the copper and visible on the outside of the roll. It seemed to say that he suggested something about treasure. This suggestion elicited a salvo of derision from the international team. It proved however, to be quite correct. In 1955, a year before his public dispute with his colleagues on the